Hey everyone, and welcome back. Okay, in this tutorial what I want to do is I want to teach you about the concat method in JavaScript. The concat method can be used to join basically two or more arrays together. It doesn't alter the original arrays, and what it does is it essentially returns a new array to us of the other arrays combined. So the best thing to do is for us to uh, type this out, or code this out, sorry, and I'll show this to you. So we'll do it for maybe North American cities. So if I say we'll do Canadian cities, okay, I'll just put in maybe, a few. Right, if I say Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and I'll do Calgary, right? Cal Calgary. Okay, we now have an array of Canadian cities, okay? Let's say hypothetically you want to travel North America, and right now you have a budget to travel a bit of Canada and a bit of the USA. Then we can say let uh, American cities. By the way, I know in the real world Canadian and American has to be spelled capital letters, but in JavaScript the first letter has to be lowercase. So we'll do New York. We will do Washington D.C. We'll do Seattle. Never been, and we'll do Las Vegas. Should have done San Francisco. I feel bad I didn't. Okay, awesome. So if I was to log out of the console, these two cities, so if I was to say console.log Canadian cities, and then underneath that console.log the American cities, we're going to get all the details for the arrays, including like the length, property, etc. So I'm just going to use the spread operator to unpack the elements of both arrays. So now in the console, what we should see is Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, Calgary for the Canadian cities, okay, which is what we get. And we also then see New York, Washington, Seattle, and Las Vegas for the American cities. So basically, you're going to be traveling Canada and your friend is going to be traveling America. Neither of you have the money to do both. But then somehow you win some money and now you're going to travel together. So now we need to create a new array and add the two together. So what we can do is we can actually do that by using the concat method in JavaScript. So we can now create a new array. We can call it let um, North American cities. It's our new array. And what we're going to do is we're going to pass in the value or assign it the value of the Canadian cities, but we're going to use concat to also add on the American cities. Okay, so what I've done is I've created a new variable called let North American cities be equal to, and I've assigned it the value of the Canadian cities array. So these four elements here, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, and Calgary. And what I did was I used the .concat method to add on the American cities array of New York, Washington, uh, Washington D.C., Seattle, and Las Vegas. So now, if I was to just comment that guy out, okay, and if I was now to log out to the console, the American cities, console.log, North American cities, I call the array, we're now going to see we have all of these elements in the one array. So we see them there, and if I just don't use the spread operator, what you'll see is they are all in the same array. We'll see the key value pair, so the indexes, yeah. So Toronto is at index 0, Montreal, Vancouver, Calgary. So they were the first four, or the only four elements of the first array, but what we did was we used the concat method to add the American cities, so New York, Washington, Seattle, and Las Vegas, onto the array. So we've basically combined them and returned. We've combined the two arrays and returned it and stored it in this new array called North American cities. One key thing to note is that the concat method is a non-destructive method, so it doesn't alter the values of the original arrays. So if I was to just console.log out the Canadian cities array, what do we get? We still get the original array, okay? It's unaltered, and the same for the American cities array. See? So the Canadian cities array and the American cities array, they've not been altered. So the concat method is known as a non-destructive method in JavaScript. It doesn't alter the values of the original arrays, but it is very useful because what it can be used for is essentially taking two arrays and two or more, you can add on more arrays if you wanted, combining them and it returns that new array. Okay. Real world example of this is, maybe you're creating some sort of streaming service and you want to have an option for the user that says combine your favorite playlists of your favorite Taylor Swift songs or whatever YouTube videos you're watching. Maybe you like watching walking videos and you like watching 4K videos of aerial drone shots around cities. You want to combine them for some reason. So that is the concat method in JavaScript. I feel I've talked a bit too much. I'm going to end the tutorial there. So I'll see you in the next one.